What is up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Garrett and I am a natural bodybuilder who is now 3 days out from my first ever bodybuilding show. Last time I checked in with you guys, we were around a week and a half out and eating around 1,600 calories a day. And as you guys can see, that has changed quite a bit. We're now at like 2,700 calories. Increasing our carbs for what we call peak week in bodybuilding. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys everything that I'm eating during peak week in order to carb up for our show. For this meal, we are having strawberries, Greek yogurt, basically overnight oats, 2 rice cakes with some honey on top. And that's really just, like I said, to increase our carbs and get a more full look on stage. So in today's video, I'm just gonna be running you guys through what a carb up is and everything that I'm doing today to get prepared for hopping on stage for the first time on Saturday. So with that being said, we have a haircut at 11 and it's already 10:40, so I need to vacuum this food into my stomach and get over to that appointment. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, we just got back from the barber shop and honestly, they fucking killed this haircut. I'll give you guys a little preview of what we're working with for show day. I just went with the typical white boy cut. But honestly, I usually go to like Floyd's or Supercuts, one of the more like well-known barbershops. But I decided to take a chance and go to a more like old school, like local place. And yeah, man, they fucking killed it. So this is your sign. If you think you're like fat or ugly, you just need a haircut. Or maybe you are fat or ugly, but having a haircut will help you regardless. So yeah, man, they killed this shit. I will definitely start going to those old school barbershops a lot more. With that being said, we have a full body workout here in about 2 hours. Now that we're this late into prep and we're so close to stage, we're kind of done training till failure. All we're really doing now is getting blood flow in the muscles, making sure we're not fatiguing them, and honestly just prioritizing rest. I'm even decreasing my steps as we get closer to stage. So really, we're already done. The hard work is done. It's really just about making it to stage and making sure that we bring our best package possible. With that being said, we're also increasing our food and carb intake, like I said earlier. So we are about to make our pre-workout meal, which I believe has the most amount of carbs we're gonna eat today. So I figured that's probably the best time to sit down and explain to you guys what exactly the carb up is, what peak week is, and how me and my coach are approaching our first ever show together. So with that being said, I am craving some rice cakes and honey and some oatmeal. I'm gonna go get started on our pre-workout meal, and once we're done, I will run you guys through what exactly peak week is and how we are approaching it. All right, we just finished making our pre-workout meal, which is 90 grams of protein oatmeal and 3 rice cakes with 3 servings of honey, which is actually so much food when it may not appear like it. This is actually so much more than I was eating before. I think previously I was eating 40 grams of this protein oatmeal. Right now we're at 90 grams, which is already more than double. And I wasn't even having anything else but now we're having 3 rice cakes and 3 servings of honey on top of what we're already having for our pre-workout meal. So this is beautiful, honestly. While we're, touching on all of these carbs and going over my pre-workout meal, I figured I would kind of talk to you guys about why exactly we are carving up for our show. So I'm still learning this stuff myself, so this is going to be a dumbed down version of peak week and what a carb up is. But essentially, your muscles in your body uses carbs as the main source of energy. So what we're doing when we're increasing our carb intake is really making our muscles hold more glycogen, which is going to make them appear bigger and more full. So essentially, these carbs are just going to go straight into the muscle. The more water you intake and the more carbs you intake, the more full your muscles will look. So that is why we are increasing our carbs by so much before we hop on stage. Sometimes you'll see people even eat like candy, cereal, sushi, some other high carb options. But that's just not the way my coach and I are approaching it. The way that we are thinking of approaching this prep is we've eaten pretty much these foods throughout our entire prep. Why would we risk messing something up by eating, some kind of candy, some kind of cereal that I've not eaten for the past 4 months? A lot of people do like to enjoy those kind of sweets, those candies, those cereals to carb up, and to each their own, but I do not want to risk messing up my peak just because I wanted to eat something that I haven't had in the past 4 months. So with that being said, I'm going to enjoy this pre-workout meal, and then we will put them to good use in today's full body pump up session. So I will see you guys in a few minutes. Honestly, I can't even remember the last time I had a plain rice cake. I don't even think I have up until this point, but they are actually so underrated. Obviously, don't eat them by themselves. Put something on top of them like honey, peanut butter, Greek yogurt. But I think these are just as good as the apple cinnamon ones or the chocolate ones for the calories that you're getting. Those chocolate and like apple cinnamon ones are like twice the amount of calories. I would much rather have like plain rice cakes and honey than like 2 or 3 of those flavored ones. I'm not sleeping on these anymore. After this prep, these are still gonna stay in my diet. All right, we just finished up eating our pre-workout meal, and it was embarrassing how fast I finished that pre-workout meal. I did record it, but I hope that footage never sees the light of day because that was scary how fast that food got vacuumed into my stomach. So now we're just sipping on our pre-workout. This is the Huge Supplements pump formula, and then I'm gonna have an energy drink before I head into the gym as well. And we will go ahead and get this second to last full body session in before we hit the stage on Saturday. So I'll see you guys here in about 30 to 45 minutes at Red Zone. All right, guys, we just pulled up to the gym. It is already 4 p.m. and we are running very, very late. We still got to practice posing. We still got to get this full body pump up training session in. And we got to stop by the ATM to get money for show day. We got to get ready for tanning tomorrow. I got to shave my entire body and make sure that we are ready for our appointments tomorrow, our athlete check-in. There's a lot of stuff we got to do. So the last thing I want to do is yap in front of a camera for 30 minutes. So I'm just going to stop talking and get right into this training session. All right, guys, we are back after that full body pump up session, the second to last workout before we hop on stage on Saturday. And I just wanted to say the amount of people that came up to me and told me how good we're looking this close to stage and how confident they are and how well I'm going to do at the show really put me at ease and honestly made me proud of how far I've come. Come Saturday, I'm going to be competing against a lot of, good physiques, a lot of, people that are older than me, may have better physiques than me. So it's not a guarantee that I will place well, win the show, or, win my class. So I think the most important thing to me is just realizing that I brought my best package, that it really is just you versus you. And, I am a beginner in this entire, bodybuilding sport. So this first show is really about just making it to stage and bringing our best package. So with that being said, we made it this far. All there is to do is to, make it to Saturday. So right now we're going to start making meal number 3 for the day, which is just going to be some chicken, vegetables, and fruit, and some more rice cakes and honey. So we'll go ahead and get started on that and hopefully get that down quick because we still have a lot to do. We still got to practice our posing routine. We got to go shave our entire body so we're ready for the tanning tomorrow, and get ready for athlete check-in. So there's a lot to do and not a lot of time to do it. So let's go ahead and get started on meal number 3. All right, guys, we are now done preparing meal number 3. And I was not kidding when I said that, bodybuilders do not take peak week carb loading as a joke. This is 2 times as much vegetables as I usually have, 2 times as much watermelon as I usually have. And I honestly don't ever have rice cakes and honey with my usual meal number 3. But because we have so much carbs to play around with, I'm adding 2 servings of each. So whenever I tell you guys that, we're increasing our carbs by a lot, we are increasing them by a lot. So now that we have this done, I'm going to try to finish this as fast as possible. I probably would have done that anyway, just because of how happy I am to be eating this much amount of food again, like a normal person on a normal diet. This is really only like 2,600 calories, which, isn't a lot in the grand scheme of things. But when I've been eating 1,600 calories for the past, month or two, this is an absolute feast in front of me right now. So I'm gonna go enjoy this while I edit some more videos, and in a couple of hours we will probably be back for meal number 4. But I think I'm gonna run you guys through some posing real quick, because I definitely need the practice. So let's get meal number 3 down, edit some videos, and get some posing in, and then we'll head on to meal number 4, probably do some shaving before we head to bed, and get ready for show day. All right, this day has quickly taken a turn for the worse, as I have got a stain on my Gymshark shirt from being a fat ass and trying to lick my plate clean, but that's on me. And as you guys can tell, we are back at the gym. through no fault but my own, we have to practice some posing because at the last minute I decided to change my song for my posing routine, but it will be worth it. I decided last minute that I wanted to change the song just because I hired a posing coach who was absolutely great, but he suggested that we change the song I originally wanted, and at the last minute I kind of just decided, you know, we're going back to what I wanted to do in the first place and going with the song that kind of resonated with me. So we have a lot of practicing to do, and my phone's on 10%. So we are going to practice until I can't go anymore or my phone's battery cannot go anymore. So let's go ahead and get started because we don't have a lot of time or battery left. All right, you guys, we are back at the apartment after our posing session. I think we got some good practice in. I think I nailed my routine. I definitely shouldn't have changed the song last minute, but it's something that, you know, I just wanted to do. I feel like the posing routine is a very important part of the entire process for me, and I really wanted to go with the song that I felt I wanted to do throughout the entire prep. So with that being said, we have meal number 4 here, some chicken breast, potato for potassium, and some peanut butter for our fat source. And that is going to be our last meal of the day. I believe this is around 600 calories, like 60 grams of carbs. So probably the lowest carb meal of the day. And if I remember correctly, we're at like 2,600 calories with 375 of those being carbs, so quite a bit of carbs. Like we said throughout the day, this is really about getting our carbs as high as possible without spilling over and, you know, losing our leanness. So it is already midnight and I should definitely be in bed right now. So I'm gonna slam this meal, get to shaving for our tanning appointment tomorrow. And I think this is, you know, the end of the video until we start filming for show day tomorrow. I'll be sure to make an entire documentary for our first show, but that content is going to be for another video. If you guys enjoyed me taking you guys through my peak week carb up and how I prepared for my first show, please leave a like, a comment, and make sure to subscribe, and let me know what other content you guys want to see on this channel. If you made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.